So, hello and welcome to the New Gig podcast. I'm your host, Glen Hodgson, and today I'm delighted to be joined by the head of international PR at Sigma Software Group, Ms. Alexandra Govorukha. How are you doing, Alexandra?
I'm doing great, thanks. How are you doing, Glen?
I'm doing very well. So please give us a little bit of a background on your current role and how you got into it. What are you doing at the moment?
Okay, so I'm a head of international PR, and that means that my team is responsible for promoting Sigma software brand in our key markets, such as Germany, Sweden, UK, Israel, European Union, and the US.
Yeah.
And recently we added Dubai and UAE.
Excellent. It's a lot of big geographies to cover, and sort of tell the viewers and listeners who maybe aren't familiar about Sigma software. What do you do and what are the services and solutions that you offer?
Yeah, we are a part of a big Swedish group, which is called Sigma Group, owned by Danier company, which is a family company by Dan Olafsen.
Yeah.
Sigma software is based in Ukraine and in Sweden, and we have also offices all over the world. And we do software development for big clients like huge enterprises like Volvo, Scania, for example, and for small startups, for example, in Israel, which is a startup nation, actually. And we work with teams starting with 2 members and ending like 200 members, and help startups to grow faster, to find clients, to find investments. So we are not just a regular outsourcing company.
Yeah.
We help our clients to find new ways of building businesses in new markets. And we create not only tech solutions, but also business solutions.
Excellent.
Also, we have an internal business incubator, which is called Sigma Software Labs, and our own startup fund. So we deeply believe that tech solutions help startups to grow faster, proper tech solutions, of course, and that building this ecosystem, which combines of IT services, startups, funds, investments, IT events, education, altogether it helps to companies be stronger in the market and to engage more clients and find investments, build good products. So we are actively building this ecosystem in Ukraine, in Sweden, where we are presented, and also we are keen to build it in our key markets. And my role as a head of international PR is to spread the word about Sigma software and our activities and our tech solutions.
Brilliant. Well, this is a great platform for you to be able to do that, but it's great also the way in which you look after the full ecosystem, and it's something that can be offered to a broad range of sectors, a broad range of organizations, to be able to not just have the software development, but a much broader suite of services that they can access by partnering with you.
Right.
Excellent. That's great. So, I mean, moving from the company specific to what's happening in the world of work and society at the moment, how is digitalization transforming the way we work, and of course, creating opportunities for companies like Sigma Software?
Well, talking about me personally, I would say that the pandemic and all these things which became our new reality actually helped me to build new, more balanced life, I would say.
Right.
So during the last 1.5 years, I've been working remotely from home and from different parts of the world.
Yeah.
So probably I'm traveling now even more than before the pandemic.
Yeah.
And it helps me to stay in touch with my family, because in my previous life, before pandemic life, I used to go to business trips a lot.
Yes.
And it was difficult to balance and to manage everything as mom of 2 kids,
Yeah.
and also as a mom of a small dog.
Yes. Yeah. Equally important. Yeah.
Yeah. So now I feel that it actually helped me. Talking about our company, we engaged more clients in digital industry,
Yeah.
and it took us around 3 days to transform all the processes to work remotely, because historically we are a company which had a lot of clients all over the world.
Yeah.
So we got used to work remotely,
Mm.
and we just managed to keep our people at home, and to give them everything they need for work.
Yeah.
But all the processes were smooth for us.
Excellent.
And talking about what I see, our clients and partners, I think that banking industry actually rise in digital transformation very much due to the pandemic, and also education services.
Yeah.
Many schools now, we see that they were actually hard, and it was hard for them to transform quickly.
Mm.
But this, I would say, acceleration helped them to do it, because it's just like you are doing it or not, and you have no choice.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's
Mhm.
great. It's a great opportunity for the crisis to have forced things to happen. Maybe things that people were uncomfortable with doing, or maybe didn't want to take the step forwards. The pandemic has forced the hand of a lot of operators and a lot of players
Mhm.
to actually use digitalization and use technology, and for the better.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I always focus on optimistic things and
Yeah.
on positive side. So here I see positive side, that it really helped so many industries to become more digitalized, and to become even faster in some questions. For example,
Yeah.
some government services, they really became easier for people when
Yeah.
they came digital.
Excellent. And this is a real implications for the public and the private sector then, in terms of utilization of digital services and digital products.
Mm-hmm. Yes, agree with you. Yeah,
Mm,
actually, this is what I was trying to say.
right. And people are much more comfortable with using technology, or delivering services and working with technology, would you say, these days?
Yeah, because it just, like, previously it was like nice to have something which is
Yeah.
nice to have, but
Yeah.
especially for old people, for older generation, it was like, oh, maybe it's something for young people, and I don't have time, I don't have energy
Yeah.
to study something new. But now what I see, that my parents, even people older than my parents, they
Yeah.
just don't have a choice, and they are quickly studying, and actually they are able to use the services, and this is
Right.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, this is a great societal impact as well. That it's very much democratizing as well. That technology allows people to have access to things that weren't there before, whether it's services, whether it's products, or the ability to actually communicate with a broader range of people within different groups. As you were saying before, it actually plugs people into society in
Mhm.
different ways.
Yes, and technology makes many processes transparent for people.
Yeah.
This is really great,
Yeah.
which helps to fight the corruption, for example,
Yeah.
or some other not good processes in society.
Excellent. No, this is really a very positive step forward, and great that decision makers, governments, and also companies are actually sort of making the most out of this. And what about for individuals like you and I, in terms of how it's changing our communications, how we project ourselves, but also our personal branding? How do we harness the power of technology, Alexandra?
I would say that actually the past 2 years, were very proactive for me regarding new connections all over the world. So it really sounds weird that before lockdown, I didn't have so many meetings
Right.
like I have now. But now I have them online.
Yeah.
Um, uh, but it's really interesting that you feel that the world is open and it's so connected, and you have so many opportunities due digital instruments. Of course, it's a lack of personal touch and uh, physical communication, offline communication between people. And sometimes it's complicated and it's challenging to build warm relationships with partners, with clients.
Yeah.
Uh, but I'd say that it's really open, or it really opens many opportunities for us. For example, just when lockdown started, it was April 2020,
Yeah.
my team and I launched a series of webinars for startups, and we ran 9 webinars. And due to this series of events, I got around 30 new connections all over the world. So we had
Right.
speakers from the US, starting from the US and to Israel, in Canada, in the European Union, in the UK, and even from Australia. So it makes world smaller and
Yeah.
easy to get some people on your radar. And I personally like this. Of course,
Yeah.
offline is also good, and of course we all waiting for the situation will change, and finally vaccination will help us uh, to be more connected offline
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
But what I see now, and as I said before, I always see
Mm.
positive side, that it helps us to stay connected and
Yeah.
to get new people around us easily than it was before.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is great, the way things are they're happening, and the change has been so quick as well, Alexandra. And I think that the early adopters, the ones who have adapted to this new reality, the ones can benefit
Mm-hmm.
from it, because things aren't going back to like they were in March 2020. So it's really a case of being in tune with what's happening now, making the most
Mm-hmm.
of it, and using it to your advantage.
Yeah, you're right. And we actually were very quick in terms of launching this series of webinars, for example.
Yeah.
Um, Further in 2020, we ran an Israeli Innovation Ukrainian Summit,
Yeah.
which was organized together with Israeli partners
Yeah.
in studio in Kiev, with broadcasting all over the world. And this summer we ran UK-Ukraine FinTech Summit.
Yeah.
So what I see now, that building those bridges with with other countries, other economies, it helps us to be able to see trends in these countries, to
Yeah.
exchange some opportunities, ideas, to find partners easily, and to create platform for other people, for our clients and partners,
Yeah.
to find some new opportunities for them as well. And
Excellent.
now we are preparing the next event, which will be held in Stockholm, 18th
Yes.
of November. You know about it.
The Tech for Good
um,
event. Absolutely.
yes,
It's
tech
going
for
to be a
good.
must attend. Absolutely.
Yeah, and we are thankful to you that you are supporting us as a partner and as a moderator of one of the discussion panels. As for now, we have almost all the speakers on board.
Great.
And today, tomorrow, we are launching the site and all the social media campaign and event pages in social media.
Brilliant.
So I really do believe that tech for good is actually what we are talking about right now, that we have a lot of tech products now which are really impactful for society.
Mm.
And founders of these companies, of startups, they create something good and something meaningful for all of us, and they contribute to the world with different products like education tech, healthcare products, mental health care products, digitalization of government services, education services, and so on and so forth. So what we are going to organize, actually, it will be several discussion panels. It will be a presentation of innovative Swedish products to the governments of Ukraine and Sweden. We invited two ministers from Ukraine and from Sweden to join us. And also we will have a startup pitch session with 10 pre-selected startups which create tech for good products.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
And we already have confirmation from Vinnova, a state agency from Sweden, who will be participating with a keynote speech and as one of the speakers of discussion panel. So I actually think that it will be really interesting and impactful event for Sweden and for Ukraine as well.
Absolutely. And I think it's going to be fantastic. I think shining a light on this, the technology for good and the societal impact, I think is a really worthwhile activity. I think it's going to be immensely popular. And of course, across these channels, we'll provide the links to the sites and how people can find out about it and get involved. So absolutely fantastic. And Alexandra, it's been great for you to share your story, share some of your time, and look forward to continuing our cooperation.
Thank you, Glenn. And it's also important to emphasize that the event is free of charge. So I welcome everybody who are listening now. Sorry, maybe you can cut it. I welcome everybody who are listening us right now. So join us. The main idea is to build bridges between Swedish economy and Ukrainian economy, between tech businesses, and to show new opportunities for each side. So you're welcome.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much indeed for that. And I'm sure that everyone will be tuning in and finding out more about that. So thank you very much indeed for your time.
Thank you, Glenn.